Hi, I'm Aoife and you're listening to ITTFM Student Union election coverage, and I'm joined with Michael, who's running for the position of Welfare Officer. Hi Michael, how are you?
Hi, good, thanks, Aoife.
Thanks for joining us in studio. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the role that you're running for?
Absolutely. So I'm running for the role of Welfare Officer for the next academic year of 2016 to 2017. I suppose I've been involved in the union for 2 years now. Firstly as Clubs and Societies Officer, and then last year I ran, and I'm currently holding the position of Equality Officer, which has also led me to sit on the governing body of college here.
And what do you think the role of Welfare Officer entails?
It entails quite a lot due to the demand of the role, which I have seen over the past 2 years by being involved. It's a lot more to the role than just welfare specific. But speaking just in welfare specific terms, I suppose a lot of it is down to the emotional needs of students. So for instance, the college will worry about the educational aspect. The union, at times, we look after the social aspects. So the welfare officer would be one, so for the physiological side of it.
Very good. And what do you think you can bring to the role yourself?
I definitely can bring a lot through my involvement. I have a lot of new ideas, a lot of innovation ideas that I have brought through the union in the past 2 years. But I really want to build on what was done and what has not been done this year. And there has been a lot, as well as bring my own stuff involved as well to the job.
And what experience do you have that may help you in this role?
I suppose I wouldn't have ran for a welfare officer if I didn't think I was the right person. I am a people person. Like for instance, I do a lot of volunteer work with young people, and I'm always on about welfare and maintaining their own, I suppose, their own health, social needs aspects, a lot like that. I've worked in America with kids as well, and I've had to deal with like family and social services over there. So when it comes to dealing with people and their welfare, whether it be from personal aspects and say mental health issues or whatever, to even financial aspects, I definitely do think I am the right person for the job that will have the advice and deal with the concerns that students have on a day-to-day basis the best.
And can you tell us a little bit about your campaign?
So in terms of my campaign, it's going to be around the same as every year. We obviously have to keep and abide by the rules, but specifically what I want to worry about in my campaign is I want to build on a lot that wasn't done or touched on this year. There could have been a lot done, for instance, a lot more when it came to Shag Week, sexual health and awareness and guidance. There could have been a lot more done with that week that wasn't. I know what was brought in was the free STI tests. We should have that at least twice a semester or more often. The amount of people that availed of that service, and they didn't realise that all that went into the STI test that's provided here in the college is only a urine sample. As well, other stuff that was promised was condom drops on a Friday. Hasn't been done yet. People are still walking across to the union. So I have proposed that we do have a designated day, time and place where students can avail of this if they don't feel comfortable going over to the union, whether it even be in private, say have a stand in one of the bathrooms. I do think it's important. As well as that, I have a huge point on mental health. We have 1 week of mental health awareness, and it's definitely not enough. We've been told, and the facts have been released on the class council recently, that more people are availing of the counsellor service this year than has done previously, to the point where the counsellor is overwhelmed and there is currently a 6-week waiting list, which is absolutely ridiculous. We need to have a part-time counsellor in dealing with initial cases and assessment. We need to, as well, if you do avail of the counselling service, you're only entitled to 6 sessions, which is definitely not enough if you are a full-time student in this college worrying about stuff. Like, numbers of students suffering with depression and anxiety are gone up so high. We need to address them issues, whether it's by running campaigns, awareness and giving solutions, and seeing if we can provide solutions that doesn't necessarily involve you ending up in the doctor getting medication. There is alternatives out there, and I would love to see the union actually put forward these as opposed to take a back seat and just let the college run with it.
And how do you plan on securing student votes?
I suppose I'm hoping that my commitment, my dedication and my involvement in the student union in the past 2 years will be of benefit to me. I don't think anyone can say that I don't have the best interest of students in heart. If I didn't, I wouldn't have ran for this position. I wouldn't have ran the past 2 years. So, and being the longest member currently on the union, I definitely think that will be of some advantage to me. And I'm hoping that through my involvement in the SU, whether it's been campaigns, events, or just being a face that people have recognised in general, I do hope that will come of an advantage to me.
And what different ideas or plans do you have for the future of the union?
I would like to see better levels of student engagement. I think this year in particular of all, there has been little to no student engagement in the slightest, and students have noticed that themselves. For instance, I want to bring back the welfare crew. It's simple as there should have been a welfare crew this year, especially on all the welfare campaigns, whether it be Shag Week, maybe around during Rag Week when we were doing all the charity events and all. There hasn't been a presence. And I think students need to know that the student union, whilst they are dealing with casework and they're dealing with meetings in regards to college and academic council and the merger and everything, that our first priority is that face-to-face contact with the students on the ground, and that the awareness and presence of all needs to be there.
And can you tell me a little bit about your ideas in your manifesto?
Yeah, so as I said, I'd like to make better use of Shag Week and the different, and I suppose the STI tests that are provided as well. There needs to be a lot more done in regards to that. The cases of STIs in this college has risen this year. There has been a lot more. So there does obviously need to be a lot more promotion, not just focus solely in the second semester when everyone knows, oh, that's known as Shag Week. We need to have something in first semester. Same with mental health week. It's only done in first semester. We need to have that in second semester as well. It's not a matter of, oh, we have this week in this semester and that week in that semester. That's grand. It needs to be a continuous thing. We need to have some continuity in it. And it can't just be something that's, I suppose, forgotten about, that just because people know it as a one semester thing, that we just stick to the, I suppose, the way it's been done before, that we actually we need to reinvent, rejuvenate the union and come up with new ideas, new solutions. And this goes back to the better engagement as well. As well as that, I want to work with the Rainbow Society. I have been doing this alongside the president and the clubs and socks officer. We're trying to help the Rainbow Society petition for a gender neutral bathroom. It's beyond me why we haven't got one at this stage. A lot of other colleges brought it in. A lot of businesses started to bring it in. Why we don't have one yet? It's simple stuff like that. When it comes to welfare, it's not all about the big campaigns. There's a lot of casework involved, but it's the little stuff that you can do on a day-to-day basis that will even make the difference to one student and make them feel more comfortable in themselves and more comfortable in college, to which they're studying, say, 9 to 5 on a daily basis, 5 days a week. I want to see them being able to come into college and enjoying it. I was asked by a student the other day, do you think ITTFM is a good college? And I had to think about it, because realistically, while I think it's good, it's not great, and it could be. And I think that's why the student union is there, is to ensure that it is a great college from the student perspective. And that's why we have a student union, is to do that. And I don't think it has been done to the great way it could be.
And how do you plan on implementing these plans?
With the team, we have a great team over there at the moment, and I suppose it'll all be down to the team. If I'm elected, then the welfare crew as well. Getting staff on board, but I suppose it's not about how you plan on implementing them. It's part of your job. That's what, like, welfare is a sabbatical role. It's a paid for position. The students are paying you, so the least you can do is actually do the work that you're employed to do.
And one last quick question: what does this position mean to you?
This position means the world to me. As I said, if I didn't think I was the right person, I wouldn't have gone for it. I've been saying now for a year or so that it's something I'm interested in. As I said, I'm a people person. I do have the best interests of people at heart. And I think if I get elected, I will be absolutely over the moon. And it's not just, all my stuff on my manifesto, it's not just down wishy-washy. It's promises, and I haven't put anything in that I cannot do.
And lastly, how can you be contacted by students?
I can be contacted through my Facebook like page, which is Michael Kiernan #1 for ITTSU Welfare Officer. Find my Facebook page, or if you pop into the student union, I'm over there usually doing my equality officer work.
Perfect. Thanks so much for joining us, Michael.
Thanks, Aoife.